Hello everybody, and welcome back to Arknights, specifically the event Ending a Grand Overture. Hello Faiku, glad you could make it. We've got Artistic in here. I saw Zelda Sheik hanging out in the user list earlier. So we got a few people watching this time. It's about time I got back to this. It's been a bit of a up and down sort of week. It's been made official. I don't. For those of you who weren't here for last night's stream, I'm officially moving out in the middle of May next month. And so I've been kind of dealing with that up and down. And I don't know, I've got a lot on my mind. I also recently uploaded a video about Metroid lore, and I've still got some Metroid stuff on my mind. I'm really eager to get into playing that series. But for now, let's focus on Arknights and finishing this event finally, now that there's 4 days left. Good thing they do reruns of this stuff. Let's see, we got 2 exits, 3 spawns, but they all go towards those same exits. So whatever units I can place here, I can face them left to attack this little area here as well. Question is, how do I want to set it up? We are getting later into the event, so it's probably best to roll with my best teams. I've got Shu and Saria, the ultimate defender combo. Any chance I'll play the EX stages? Do you mean on stream or just in general? On stream? Maybe. I do really need to hit the hay earlier tonight because it stormed really bad this morning. I was like 7 minutes late to work because I had no idea it was storming this morning until I walked out the door. Nobody said anything to me, and my house is oddly good at making it hard to hear what's happening outside unless it's especially loud, like thunder. And, yeah, I can't afford to be late again tomorrow. I couldn't afford to be late this morning, but I was. Who should I set up is the question. Maybe I should stick with Nymph? Yeah, I had a spare 5-star E2 item, and I didn't have much of what I needed to. I don't think I had much of what I needed to level him up to E1, so I was like, screw it, I'll just dump the E2 on him. Let me look at this again. I don't know why I have Laios in here. You know what? I'm gonna do something a little bit different. Let's bring out Gnosis.
You're in luck.
Haven't used him in a long time. I don't even remember if I've ever used him on stream. Let's give this team a go. Oh, I forgot they do that now. I love that so much. December 21st it says, so they're in the winter months here. And I do not have time to watch these cutscenes, unfortunately. The workers have established the Londinium Industry Development Association with parliamentary support following the end of the war. Feist, now acting as its consultant, is active in the development of new technology and assisting with rebuilding. Shortages of resources remain a source of conflict, however. Those always suck.
Come quick, Professor. There's still a ripe berry on that vine.
The dude converted his slingshot for a full-length crossbow. What an upgrade. Especially in a universe like this one.
I'm listening. I know what truth can't hide your fear.
The pebble returns.
That is a perfect spot for her. I love that.
Let's put an end to this as soon as possible.
Okay.
Spring breeze,
Shoe
timely
there.
rain. Now we sow the grain.
I mean so nothing. Need speed to succeed. I will save your corpse in the shadow. No one will find it.
Sorry, I hear. Take her out, drop in her,
solidify.
and Dagon Breaker.
soon do you want them gone?
Let's roll.
You disrupted what a ruckus.
Yielding is not an option.
Excuse me, sir, can you stop being a distraction? The fact that you're just standing there bugs me.
Need speed to succeed.
The drone in this event? Ooh, what drone?
This will be over soon. Violence too is an effective move.
2 more enemies. Ah, just these 2 dudes.
Right. What a ruckus.
I bet Gnosis is having an easy time there, considering it's December, apparently. Easy freeze. There was easy cheese, and now we have easy freeze. This hallway looks gorgeous. I wish I was so filthy rich that I could have a house with this as its front room. Like its entry room. Give me that, gosh dang it. My house would have so many conflicting themes to it, my dream home. I'd have like a big golden front room, and then one of the rooms would just be super Tron looking, and that's where all the tech stuff is. Ah yes, Heidi. I didn't realize she was in here. Vina has her hands full with the problems of the city. The Glasgow gang do their best to help in their own way. Delphine appears before Shearer, who continues to suffer from lingering symptoms and promises to take him back to Lynn Cardine. No idea who Shearer is or what Lynn Cardine is.
Having prepared appropriately, these results are unsurprising.
Easy peasy. We never knew when our next meal was coming. We often had to drive away troublemakers in the middle of one. 1 exit, 3 pathways that split into 2 going straight towards that exit. Ideally, I should build up my defense right here to prevent them from separating. Because while this is a single exit, it's a little hard to guard in 2 different directions. Technically, I could do it pretty easily, but I wouldn't really... It'd just be a pain in the neck to have to try and guard a corner, when I could guard 3 lanes, just have my, my defenders here and here, some, guards, and then some range units right here. So we got Nymph in there. Oh yeah, another reason I leveled up Bobbing is because he was doing terribly when I first tried using him. It looks like he might still do terribly. But dunno.
All this noise.
Let's see, we got Nymph in
I've
there.
gotten used to it.
Who else do I want to send out? That is the question. Nymph has AoE. Screw it, let's just bring out Marcel. Why not?
それから杖の修理道具も。うん、準備万端。いつでも出発できるよ。
And then for our third guard. What the heck happened there? Did anybody see that? That was weird. Hold on, who do we already have? We got Dagonbreaker, Vina Victoria. Let's bring Pepe for our third guard.
With lightning and taboo, my hammer will rebuke the intruders and their greed.
So how's everyone in chat doing tonight? Knights of the Tower Watchtower Backyard. Knights of the Tower Watchtower. Can we just take a moment to appreciate how redundant that name is? Where are you headed? Oh, the Knights of the Tower Tower. Tower Watchtower, yep. Excuse me, do you work at the Department of Redundancy Department? Or is it the Redundancy Department of Redundancy? I can never remember. It doesn't really matter. It's the same joke either way. Vina finally decides to represent Parliament by publicly declaring a series of future programs, including one aimed at resettling the Exemplars. Though the sudden and secretive arrival of the Dukes in the city, alongside the theft of the crown, leads to new troubles. Oh shoot, the crown was stolen? You're brand new to running the country and you already lost the crown? Why aren't you wearing it? Or did somebody manage to knock her out or something? How did she even manage to claim leadership of the city after this civil war going on? If it seems to still be going on. Like, I understand there's always stragglers after the war, but people still managing to steal the crown doesn't sound like that much of a success to me.
An auspicious omen. We'll find something good this time.
I'm listening.
Oh, jeez! Hold on a minute.
You saw nothing.
War. A word I've not heard in a long, long time.
last words? No. Vermin need speed to succeed.
And now do
Pass
this
on
again.
the last words?
Take out that first drone.
No.
Awesome. This one's gonna try to sneak on by.
I know what to... I will sink your corpse into shadow. No one will find it.
Yielding is not an option. Let's go! Need speed to succeed.
Ah, shoot. Wait, did I get it? I got it. Just barely. Okay.
If yielding.
So the mountain. Don't rush me.
And take a break
You
here.
can go do something else. Just who are you weaklings going to stop like that?
Bring out healing.
Returns to her home. You got guts trying to steal the...
Stay clear of the blast! Still mulling. Emotion is meaningless here.
And now you can go there.
Yielding.
All
is
this
not
stuff
an
is
option.
mine now.
Ready to go. Clear.
I ended up not needing either of these casters. That was a bit messy at the start, but I made it.
Now this is a shocking discovery. Any idea
I
how
will
we
never
might
get over the fact
celebrate
that this
birthday?
cat looks like it has replaced its mouth with a tattoo for some reason. Like, who needs a mouth when you can have flowers? It's just a really weird art choice to me. Everything else looks great in that artwork. It's just that one cat. Okay. I don't remember what these are. Munitions Factory Command Center. When skill is activated, begins manufacturing equipment. It becomes the endpoint for all freight cars. Once SP gauge is full, deploys random equipment on the surrounding 8 low ground and deployable high ground tiles. Vina was a really bad storyteller, but we managed to figure out how she got here from the palace. From that day on, she would be siege of the Glasgow gang, she said. So this isn't a prequel, though, is it? I believe the story is after the Civil War, not before it, right? As for this, I think ideally I'd want to set up around this area right here. It's pretty close to this, but that's fine. The main thing is that back here, I've only got these two squares for range against this whole set here. Right here, I have this one, but then I've also got these around here, as well as this thing in the middle that can help me out. Just spawn kill. I guess I could, yeah, they're all spawning from right there. I could just dump a few units right around here and wreck house, I suppose. You know what? Let's try it. Let's do something real dumb. Let's see, who should I put down? Oops, all dungeon meshy team. Dungeon Meshi Crew is alright, but they would not be ideal for this particular setup. You know what? I'm gonna
Getting
use
this crew
Chen
together
here and
wasn't easy.
forever.
You better make them count.
Let's see how well this goes. This is gonna be nuts. Oh yeah, I forgot to bring in Texas. I'm willing to bet there's gonna be some stuff I need to worry about right at the start.
Let's see.
Ah, I
Insect
freaking
is
called it.
falling into my trap.
Oh well.
I'm listening.
You go there.
I know what's better than your step.
You go here.
A word I've not heard in a long
Excuse me, gentlemen, if you could knock that off, please, I'd really appreciate it. Oh shoot, Shu's dead. Uh-oh. Hold on. Shu went down fast, holy cow. Boop. And, let's also bring in Myrtle.
There's a mission?
Whoops.
I wanna go!
Order confirmed. Crystal clear.
Now let's try this. You know what? I just had a thought.
Us frontline breachers have high
Actually, I'm gonna
standards.
put her
Try to keep
here.
up.
Her
Doubt your bait
here.
yet? I know what. I will sink your corpse into shadow. No one will find it.
Spring breeze.
I pass on your last words.
Oh dear. Oh, come on, Shu.
I wasn't supposed to act, but...
Oh, come on!
An arm, an eye, or maybe something else.
She
More
was.
than enough
She
to
just
trade for
couldn't
a few
quite get
enemy
that
heads.
last skill point.
Or would you rather bear the price of failure? Suit yourself.
Let's try a different deployment order. I've got to be able to set this up. This has to be possible.
Us frontline breachers have high standards. Try to keep up.
Got a blood. Leave nothing to
Stall them.
despair.
I'm here to help.
Alright, that actually helped a lot.
Get around, guys.
Oh, heck yeah. Alright. And now Shu can go here.
A word I've not heard in a
You can go here.
Place.
Shoot.
Don't keep me waiting.
Uh-oh. Stop.
You ran into me. Moving to designated location.
If you're really drenched and bone bare. This place could use some. Get around, guys.
I'll put her back
Doubt your
here.
bait yet?
Get around, guys.
Guess this thing got wrecked. Oh well.
Enemy spotted. Time is limited.
So fun fact for anyone not familiar with this game, Chen the Hollingday here was one of the first units in the game to be declared genuinely overpowered. Darn, I was hoping her range was 1 square longer. Oh well. This should do fine, I think. And I'll take her out in case I need her as an emergency unit later, which is unlikely. Two units left. Chen's got this. Man, everything, the toughest part of this mission was the very beginning. That's really funny, though. Thanks for the idea, Faiku. I don't like the throne room in the Palace of Westaleg. It's so empty and bleak. That lonely throne just sitting there. I can't imagine what it'd be like if Vina actually sat on it. One woman on that cold, lifeless chair staring at the barren steps. Knowing Vina, she wouldn't last a minute there. I'd bet on it. Doesn't even look like that comfy of a throne either. Your only back support is if you're sitting straight. The retired soldier who stole the crown willingly appears before Vina, attempting to persuade her to become the king she envisioned. Yet Vina chooses to leave the throne vacant, with the crown resting upon it. Ooh, that's very interesting. What is the king this soldier envisioned? Left untouched for over 20 years, but the people have not forgotten about it. In fact, they are more eager than ever for its return. They're waiting for a wise new monarch to put it on his or her head, someone who can dispel the shadows hanging over Victoria. Most people are just desperate for a miracle, something that can satisfy their craving for royal authority. Can't deny that, plus you've listened to their voices for ages, Vina. Your identity is truly unique, a descendant of the royal family and a bona fide war hero who was nonetheless raised on the streets. It's no wonder so many people naturally feel drawn to you. She is the prince and the pauper. Now I will never get over how much these things look like giant cigarettes. And for some reason this one looks to me like the world's longest button. Like, it looks like this is meant to be pressed in for some reason. Going to get to the soldier, that's what I want to see. Ooh, I like this music. New Oxterig Streets. I want to know about this crown thing. Throughout the whole war, Vina never told us where she found that crown, but it didn't matter. None of us cared, and no one would ever see that hunk of iron again. It was supposed to remain sealed in the throne room of the Palace of Westaleg, left to corrode and decay into nothing. The age of kings is over and done. That's what a drunken Vina said to me, with her arms slung around my neck. And yet, barely 2 months later, here it is again, staring us in the face. The ghost of this ancient empire refuses to let go. It's always ready to claim its next victim. Cool office. I love that it's like this really nice office, and then her street clothes and graffiti on the wall. You really have no questions for me, Madam Speaker? I reckon many of you have fanciful notions about me. Besides, my colleagues will soon have a more complete and objective report delivered to my desk regarding this matter. So, don't lump me in with those people. All they care about is the throne itself. I care about the one on the throne. I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm well aware of every new law Parliament has enacted, Speaker Vina. Unauthorized entry into the throne chamber is indeed a serious crime, and I'm not planning to deny anything. Vina shakes her head. But that doesn't mean you're fundamentally different from those people. The Provisional Court will try your case according to the law. Do you have any further objections? No, Madam Speaker. Delphine, I'll leave the rest to you. I'll personally return the crown to the throne room and make sure security's tightened up. And then I need to prepare the report for the council meeting. A report. You didn't have to do all this, Siege. You know all too well how inefficient Parliament is. It's just a group of individuals all looking out for their own self-interest. You must already be exhausted just from dealing with all those MPs, no? Londinium has no need for a speaker operating at the whims of Parliament. What Londinium needs is a real absolute leader who can guide the city through its transformation. Vina, there's no point in arguing with her about this meaningless stuff. I know, Delphine. Madam, are you suggesting that Londinium needs a dictator? No. I'm talking about a king. Victoria needs a king. I can guess what you want to do, Madam Speaker. You're unlike any ruler I've ever known. You don't even care about your own lineage. But if you wish to achieve your vision, Speaker, it won't be enough. This crown should not and will not become an obstacle to you. She stands up, giving Vina a crisp salute. That is all I have to say on this matter. I give my thanks to the Exemplars and the Siege for all you've done for our homeland. I'm fond of the changes she's undergone and firmly believe she'll become an even better leader in the future. It's just a shame that her transformation is still so slow. I won't live to see that day myself. Let's go, Lady Delphine. Where should we head next? Considering this lady just wanted to talk, I feel like she deserves a pardon. Do you really know what I wish to do? You want to change Victoria. No, you want to defeat her. You want to defeat the Victoria of the past. Very interesting. Vina stands at the foot of the staircase, holding the crown in her hands as she gazes at the throne. Beside the throne, a golden lion lays sprawled, his eyelids drooping halfway. Gawain, you should have told me sooner. Step by step, she ascends the staircase until she reaches the throne. Instead of sitting on it, she sits on the steps before it. The lion doesn't seem to open his eyes. His gentle breath brushes through its mane, sending up faint specks of dust. He is displeased. I'm sorry, Gawain. I had another sleepless night. There are still so many thorny issues left unresolved. She feels the warmth at her back. The golden lion has moved closer, and his massive body is now supporting her. just like it had when she was a child. Vina catches a whiff of sunlight. Gawain, how nice it would be to fall asleep leaning against you like this. Walking all the way back here from outside the city feels like a dream. But it's been so long since I've had a good night's sleep, let alone a deep, satisfying dream. The lion lifts his head slightly, brushing against Vina's golden hair, tickling her just enough to make her smile faintly. The chill in the air sends a shiver through her, jolting her back to clarity. Considering he was behind her, I thought it was saying he was jolting her back, not jolting her back to clarity. Took me a second to register that. Has it always been this cold here? It's not time to rest yet, is it? What we're doing now still falls far short. There's not enough medicine, not enough food, and endless arguments. Sometimes I wish I could just rip off this uniform and knock those idiots down one by one. Maybe things would be much simpler that way, huh? Defeat the Victoria of the past. If only it were as simple as a match in the ring. The Golden Lion closes his eyes, drifting off to sleep, though his tail is still lazily swatting against Vina's arm. Teacher, I'm sorry for complaining to you again. There are some things I don't know how to explain to Morgan and the others. They wouldn't understand, and I don't want to make them worry. As for Delphine, I don't want to show too much doubt or vulnerability in front of her. She's already taken on so much for me and pinned so many expectations on me. There are already so many people counting on me, Gawain. I don't want to let them down. She shuts her eyes and grips the crown. King, Speaker, these titles mean nothing to her. She just wants... Vina, I knew I'd find you here. Wait, were you just asleep, or... No, I was just thinking about something. Gawain, She instinctively turns her head to the side, but there's no one there. Yet that warmth remains unmistakable. He's gone. Thank you for being here with me, Gawain. Morgan, what are you doing here? Delphine convinced the Provisional Court to hold the Crown Thief in the Defense Forces detention quarters for now. The full report on her is out now. I didn't want to waste time, so I came straight to you. Here, this is the report. Her name is Diane Weber. Morgan pauses, watching Vina closely for a reaction. But Vina simply looks at her with curiosity, waiting for her to continue. She didn't just decide to steal the crown out of the blue. She has been working with a pharmaceutical rep from Colombia for a while now, helping spread awareness about erypathy infection protection methods. That's how she learned when the guards patrolling outside the palace of Westerleg would change shifts. Once she got inside, she waited until your speech and slipped into the throne room. And then she stayed there for quite a while, at least half an hour. What does she do in there? I don't know, and she won't say. Maybe she was hesitating, or maybe she just got lost in thought. In any case, she managed to make off with the crown without alerting anyone. Wait, something doesn't add up here. She stayed in the throne chamber for so long. She didn't run into the patrols after the shift change? No, she didn't. Even she was surprised by how easily she escaped. She thought for sure the patrols would catch her. So someone must have helped her. Was it one of the guests? Unclear, but if she had help, she didn't know about it. She came up with this whole plan herself. But why? Just to bring the crown to me and goad me into... Her name is Diane Weber. I don't know if it's Weber or Weber. I know. You don't remember her. I kept thinking she looked familiar, and when I saw the report, I realized it's her. Remember that day when the Alliance surrounded us on our doorstep? The first soldier to defy orders and escort us forward? Vina recalled the sky that day, filled with steam and the lingering smell of smoke and gunpowder, and the soldier whose face had become a blur in her memory. This is Lieutenant Diane Weber of the 6th Column, 10th Infantry Regiment. Lower your weapons, soldiers, and escort the exemplars in their advance. Before I was a soldier, I was a Londonier. This is my home too. Go, Siege. The fight is not yet over. We will take back what is ours. I guess that was meant to be more of a rallying cry, but in my defense, it is 11:41 p.m. I can't afford to be too loud. Diane Weber, the soldier who defied the Duke of Castor's orders. She contracted an acute infection in the final battle against the Nashua King. That rings a bell? She was the one who took the size of kings from you and charged towards the Natchurers. She doesn't have much time left. We're short of erypathy suppressants, and she never got enough medicine to slow her condition. We took a look at her, but... The crown lets out a faint metallic creak as Vina's hand tightens around it. It looks so fragile, yet its resilience is undeniable. She really loved our home, and she loved Victoria as well. That's why she volunteered to join the Dakal forces, only to defy their orders and end up forced into retirement. She trusted you, even though I don't agree with some of her ideas. Vina, maybe we could... I never finished asking for mercy on Diane's behalf. Vina knew what I wanted to say, and I knew how she'd respond. Ah, was this, the other girl talking? No, I knew what Speaker Vina Victoria would say. Even now, I can't imagine what must have been going through Diane Weber's head when she made that crazy decision. But I admire her. Even though she stole the crown, she did it out of love for Victoria. I don't understand. Since coming back to the city, so many things have changed. Changed in ways I can't fathom and don't want to understand. And on that day, I finally made up my mind. From the end of that final battle outside the palace of Westaleg until now, I've lingered here far too long. Maybe it's time to go home, back to the boxing gym.
Take a breather and tally up your losses. Nothing worth celebrating here. We might be dead in a second or two.
Wait, unlock mission for Chen? What? What just happened? Cool story bit, by the way.
I always feel a bit awkward gambling
There's a
about
sample
roads
for
in
you,
this
artist, of the
outfit.
quality of this game's
We need to
storytelling.
change back?
We have an entire story literally just about this character learning how to lead a nation after winning a war. Oh, I just had to deal a damage total, and I guess I finally achieved that. Alright, didn't know that's what her module did. Excuse me. Back into this. When the steam dissipated, Vina told me that history will remember its heroes. 2 exits again, but this time I'm kind of forced to guard over here for the most part. You want to blow the dust off Blender and UE4? Give me your dream game idea and a deadline. I don't know how much I want to make that public, but I can certainly give you some game ideas. I've got at least one that I really want to see. So I guess hit me up on Discord and we'll talk about it. I won't have much time to talk about it tonight, but I can at least pitch the initial idea. I don't know how much Unreal 4 is... What is it? Is it Unreal or... Yeah, Unreal Engine 4, right. I was like, wait, what's the E for? Yeah, I don't know how much Unreal would help you with this idea, but it might. Okay. 2 exits, so once again, we do want Saria and Shu, Vina Victoria and Degenbreaker. Don't need Pepe. I could probably bring in Chen. She might actually be really handy here. Instead of Marcel, let's bring in Narantia.
Raise your whips, swirl the sand, shade the sun, then take whatever you want.
Interesting. But yeah, I could put Narantia here or here and just have a huge range covered. Pardon me, I was checking a message from a likely ban evader, it says. Instead of Nymph, who else could I put out? You know what, Marcel could actually be really good here.
それから杖の修理道具も。うん、準備万端。いつでも出発できるよ。
Alright, I think I know my setup now. Let's try it. Uh-oh. Chaos in the streets. October 2nd, the day the war ended, huh? Yo, check out this dude. So I think this is, like, prequel stuff here. As it said, before the war ended. The Exemplars, led by Vina, press forward relentlessly after breaking through the blockade at the city walls. Before the final battle, Vina hands the Realm Blade to the people. She rallies soldiers, workers, and all manner of city dwellers to storm the Sarkaz's final stronghold together. Sarkaz? I thought they were fighting against, the dragons.
I
keep forgetting about these things.
Picked out your bait yet? Don't even hide your fear.
War. A word I...
Forward.
Milscar Mercenary. Ruthless mercenary that can equip up to 3 different types of gear. Will take gear from other nearby enemies until all 3 are equipped. Interesting. He'll just take their gear, huh? They'll let him do that? Him or her?
Solidify. You can go do something else.
I'm a sacred course into shadow. No one will find it.
Get up! There'll be no bending of the knee.
This will be over soon.
Illusion and intimidation.
I'll plant you into the soil to
Use your weapon to tell Puma.
She is maxed out, right? I think she is.
Yielding is not an option.
What? You think you're a better robber than me?
大丈夫私に任せて
I'll activate this thing while I can.
たくあん漬け
And take her out.
世相はこちらに
Go here.
returns to her hometown.
Great spot.
Alright, now I'm all set up.
Got an idea. What do you fear most?
Don't let them get away.
Oh yeah, I got this. I'll just wait for this guy to come over here and,
It's the front. Negotiations are useless here.
oh yeah, I immediately forgot she was there. Or rather, that her skill was still running. After the final battle, victory is secured and the Steam Knight's mission is complete. Ullerdale bids farewell to Vina before vanishing into the steam. Vina faces the Dukes to address Londinium's many issues.
Getting to lump you with the thinking work feels bloody refreshing. It's been forever since I had a
I
stress-free
obtained a
scrap.
medal? For what? Oh, that's frickin' pretty. Oh, I love that. I have to get all of these. Clear Go 8 with a 3-star rating using the Munitions Factory Command Center to guide 1 freight car. Huh. Break the Shield of Alistair, final flame of the Empire, at least once. I'm assuming that's the big final boss. during the ending a Grand Overture event, spend 4,000 nay in the Office of Proposed Resolutions. Hello, sir. I would like to buy this picture frame. Yes, that will be 3 yeses and 1 no. The blue and gold, though, man. That's my thing. I need that. Can I do it in 4 days? I bet I can, actually. 2 exits. Ideally, I would want to guard right here. Possibly with a sneaky extra attack over here. Though this is the boss mission. But also, this appears to be the only depot. Golden Echo deals arts damage. What the heck is Golden Echo? We all love Victoria, but there's nothing more we can do for her. Okay. Set up the team again. Definitely more Dagonbreaker. Definitely more Vina Victoria. Shu and Saria. We want Ash. Because of the potential difficulty of this mission, we're bringing in Logos. Let's say KB. And Fiala. Definitely Texas. And just in case things get crazy dicey, I'll bring in Wishadel.
Order confirmed. Crystal clear.
No idea how this will work out. Let's find out. Defense Forces temporary detention room. Hey, she's back. What we got? Want to take a break? I'm cleaning just as fast as you are, as you can plainly see. You don't need to try and accommodate me just because I'm an infected. That's not it at all. I just thought you must be tired with everything you've been through and all. Oh, I thought... Never mind. As for that incident with the crown, I'm fully clear on that now. It was just a spur-of-the-moment thing. Besides, you're not the only one who wanted to do that. Actually, it seems like all of a sudden people aren't as afraid of the infected anymore. That's because we're in Londinium. The policies instituted by the Speaker and Parliament have, at the very least, stopped many people from openly showing fear and resentment towards the infected. But according to a Colombian friend of mine, outside of Londinium, things haven't changed. Anyway, thanks for helping with the cleanup. We would have had the captain on us again without you. I should be the one thanking you for not shackling me. Having something to do helps put my mind at ease. If you ask me, you need not worry about Parliament's decision. Think about it. Of all the places in Londinium where they could have detained you, why did they choose the Defense Forces lockup? It's because we're all either old war buddies or familiar faces who can look out for you. Don't worry, once things cool down, we'll find a reason for you to go home. The protesters outside the Speaker's office, they're the ones who are missing the picture. We all know what kind of person Vina is. You feeling alright? You need something to drink? You're saying the Speaker is going to release me? I'm saying just rest here for now, where it's safe until things die down out there. The captain didn't allow you to have a radio or read the newspaper, right? It's because he was worried that you might get to thinking too much. If you're still feeling jittery, my good buddy, he gets thrown in the drunk tank every few days. He stashed some premium hooch around here somewhere. I'll go grab a few bottles for you. Diane gives a faint, wry smile as she strains to catch the sounds coming from outside. But aside from the faint sound of water running through pipes, she hears nothing but the distant drills of the Defense Forces. Ever since she was brought in here, she has been more or less cut off from the outside world. I wonder if Alicio's doing alright. I really should have let him know beforehand. He must be so worried about me now. Indeed, he went to nearly everyone he knows to plead on your behalf. Oh, that was Vina. Madam Speaker! Good, they aren't treating you like some common criminal. And you made sure of that? No, they did it on their own. They believe you don't deserve this sentence. Many came to me on your behalf. Your friends, my friends, our comrades in arms, and even some civilians who don't know you at all. Diane, I snatched some of my buddy's liquor for you. He takes a big swig of whiskey. Before the soldier even reaches Diane and Vina, he snaps to attention. The whiskey caught awkwardly in his mouth, too afraid to swallow or spit it out. I'm just imagining him, like, doing a traditional military salute, but with his other hand still holding the bottle up in front of his face, like, slightly tilted toward his mouth. Can someone draw that for me? I feel like that'd be a really goofy image. He quickly hides the bottle behind him and salutes Vina. Oh, now he salutes, and he does it properly. No need to hide it, Patel. As I recall, Horn did mention that drinking is prohibited in the barracks. Yes, Vina, but this is, I won't tell Horn, but in return you'll keep my visiting Diane a secret. And set the bottle down, will you? Weren't you bringing it to Diane anyway? Alright. Vina, you came here to discuss the plans with Diane, right? Yes. See, Diane? I told you not to worry, didn't I? I'll go finish cleaning Zone 4. I've been on duty all day, and I didn't see anyone here. Oh, that was him saying, like, how he's going to claim things have been going. Would you like a taste of the whiskey Patel left? It doesn't smell all that bad. Diane shakes her head slightly, a bit downcast. Mind if I have a sip, then? Meeting with those dukes has left me parched. Madam Speaker, did you put me... Why did I almost say head? What the heck? Did you put me here because you really wanted to... We thought you'd feel better among old friends. You would rather I threw you in solitary? No, of course not. Honestly, I'm not as resolute as you think. My past isn't much different from yours, or from that of most Londoniers. Diane, I did hesitate over my decision. So, does your visit mean Parliament has come to a verdict? I feel it best that I inform you of Parliament's decision in person. I bid you adieu, Lieutenant Diane Weber of the former 6th Column, 10th Infantry Regiment. You are unquestionably a war hero. Thank you for your great service to our homeland. Parliament? I see. Madam Speaker, when will it happen? Tomorrow. All right. Have you any regrets? Have you? Perhaps my biggest regret is that after the war I didn't immediately strip off this outfit and hide myself away back in Norport. You would never have done that. I know you. The siege will never abandon our homeland, and the Speaker of Londinium will never abandon Victoria. Huh. I have no regrets either, Vina. May I call you that? You may. We've met many times and fought side by side just as often. But today, I think, is the first day we can truly call ourselves friends. Bummer, would have been cool to have her in Rhodes Island. I don't think the Glasgow gang is particularly well-rounded, as far as I can tell. Vina, before I go, would you share a drink with me? Slated to be executed, I guess. When you walked alone into the palace of Westeleg, everyone believed that the woman who emerged would be wearing the crown. A hero must one day be crowned king. Every collection of fairy tales in that old bookstore on Baker Street had a story like that. It was my favorite place to go before I enlisted. I really did want to witness history, Vina. But I let you down. I let a lot of people down. Yes, you could have been a great ruler. Just because I wanted to make Londinium a better place? Didn't the old king, the one who was hanged public, also want to make Londinium, to make all of Victoria, a better place? Things rarely go as planned. Sometimes what you believe is right may look wrong to others. I've only recently begun to understand that. Then what is there to do? I'm still searching for that answer, Diane. Someone I trust told me to try to accept those who hate me, and to stand firm in my own sense of justice. I'm still learning, but I never imagined this path would be so lonely. You're drunk, Vina. Vina shakes her head. She draws her sword and hands it to Diane. Do you remember Kingasakath, the Size of Kings? Yes, I took it from your own hands, after all. After the battle, I discovered that it had completely dulled. The smiths worked tirelessly, day and night, to reforge it for me. This new sword is heavier. It carries the weight of even greater expectations than before. Diane, this sword reminds me every day of the right path. The future of Victoria doesn't rest with me or Parliament. It rests on all of you, those who reclaimed our home with their own strength. Vina, I have one last question. What really happened in the Palace of Westerlag that day? What kind of story would you like to hear? A heroic fairy tale that'll make it into the books of that old bookstore? Or the truth, so plain that it's almost boring? Diane takes a long swig of her drink, her hand brushing over the cold steel of the sword. To be honest, I prefer the old sword. When I used it to strike down our enemies, those were the moments I felt closest to Victoria. Back when I was living a simple, uneventful life, I never imagined I'd have thoughts like these. And besides, there's hardly any time left to savor those quiet pre-war days, is there? Vina, forgive me, but I can't save the last bit of this whiskey for you. I really need it. Why now, of all times, am I suddenly afraid to die? Vina, before I'm completely drunk, would you tell me one last fairy tale? Her tears fell on the sword, sliding down its blade. Drip, drip. Diane, you already know the stories of the past, and you were there for the best parts of this fairy tale. But you may not know how it ends. That day I entered the Palace of Westerleg, tore down the Sarkaz banner, and was about to leave, when suddenly I heard someone call my name from the throne room. Alexandrina Vina Victoria. Then I pushed open the door that had been sealed for so long. I saw... my father, Alistair II, speaking to me.
My Alexandrina, you're finally home. Come sit by my side, daughter of Victoria.
Look at this dude. Oh, that's a much bigger chair than I thought it was. Still, not a particularly interesting throne, in my opinion. Other than the fact that it just looks so basic. Excuse me. Vina couldn't make out the king's face. The golden mask blended with his golden hair, radiating authority and an air of mystery. Is he wearing a mask? Or is it, metaphorical? He was Victoria personified.
My daughter, are you afraid of me? Are you afraid of Victoria?
Vina, never reveal even the slightest hint of fear to your subjects.
Your teacher should have taught you that.
You died long ago. 26 years ago, they hanged you from the gallows.
Laughable! Who could kill Victoria? Those greedy condor wings thought they could tear the flesh from my body to feed themselves.
Condor wings?
They were so blinded by fear that they conspired in regicide, all so they could feast upon the lands of the Aslans for their own gain. But no one can kill us. Not the Dukes, not the Red Dragon. We are the beating heart of Victoria.
So that's why your statue in the Mausoleum of Kings was never completed. The Dukes never truly laid you to rest. You've been here all along.
What little courage they possessed drove them to confine me in this throne room, but never to claim my throne. Cowardly usurpers. They fear my people. They fear my esteemed knights. They fear us, Vina. My daughter, tell me, do my people still remember me? Do my knights still guard our palace?
The people of Victoria have long since adapted to life without a monarch. As for your knights, they're all gone. They were murdered by the very people they were sworn to protect.
And what of you, Vina?
I can barely remember what you look like.
Then come closer. Take off my mask and look closely. You'll see only yourself, Alexandrina. The blood of the royal lion flows in us both. I'm sorry, my child, that I failed to keep my promise. I intended to hand you a peaceful and powerful Victoria, yet betrayal has left me sitting here, rotting on my throne for over 20 years. But at last you've returned. Take my scepter, wear my crown, proclaim to our people that their sovereign has returned. Purge our land of all dissent and punish every coward who betrayed the crown. Let glory endure. This is Victoria's rightful way.
The king's scepter struck heavily against the throne platform, its dull echo reverberating. Blood was never the source of our strength.
How familiar those words are. Just like my defiant boast to my own father. You still have much to learn, my daughter. Let me teach you a long overdue lesson. The meaning of royal power. Still, I grant you the right to oppose me. Alexandrina, return to my side and listen.
No. You're already dead, Your Majesty. All that remains here is your echo, lost in the glories of a bygone empire. I do not need you to grant me anything, nor do I need you to validate the strength of my convictions. I just want you to rest in peace, Father. Vina tightened her grip on her hammer, stepped onto the platform, and walked toward the Empire's last glimmer of twilight.
Is this boss fight time?
Yes, it is.
The final boss, I guess, is Vestige the right word of the former king of Victoria?
Also, I love how much this thing looks kind of like an Omega Metroid. Which you guys wouldn't know what that is yet unless you've played the games. Or seen them
Good.
played,
I suppose you've already got a plan.
Are they the ones who
The
caused
final
such
flame of the
destruction
Empire,
and
a
started all
spectre
this
adorned with a
conflict?
rusted crown. Refute him. Refute Victoria's supreme glory and authority. He will examine the evidence. He may yet forgive.
That is a much cooler looking crown than I thought it would be. Though I do prefer more tiara style crowns. I never liked the poofy pillow set in the middle of it. In the middle of this kind of crown. It looks great on some people, but on others I'm just like, eh. It doesn't have the humility I would prefer to see in a crown. Also, cool chandelier. I wonder if this is a mild reference to Phantom of the Opera back here, even though this story is very much not that. Also, I'm noticing this Aslan over here. This lion. Wonder what's going on with that.
And it looks like he's indeed wearing a mask as well. Very cool looking king. I love it. Let's do this. I'll put her here this way so she can cover all 4 lanes here. Here.
I would sink your corpse into shadow. No one will find it.
The heck?
Spring breeze, timely rain. Now we sow the grain.
Vermin. This will be over soon.
This is the ideal position for my healer, I think.
Don't let us sink your
Help
corpse
me out.
into shadow. No one will find it.
Solidify.
Logo's here.
I speak.
Her here. Maybe I should have swapped the positions of my 2 sides. What's the story behind this lion? Can I do anything with this lion?
I
can't.
Need speed to succeed.
I wonder if that's somehow related to the king here.
Watch your step.
Okay. I can start safely putting down my primary
You can go
defenses.
do something else. This will be over soon. Get up! There'll be no bending of the knee. Still mulling thinks conviction will throw you off pace.
Stench and bone bear weeds.
There's a steam tank there. When HP drops to 50%, attack speed and movement speed are greatly increased and becomes immune to most control effects. Pretty sure I've seen those things in, or something very similar to them in, integrated strategies before. I have to wonder why it has a pile bunker instead of a cannon on it, though. Very interesting. If I get disappointed... The boss isn't already dead, is he? I thought he just kind of vanished for phase 2. Oh, wait, these lions are back here. What's up with this? He did? Really? Then again, I guess the whole deal is he was technically fake in the first place.
Finally, I violence too.
No, you don't.
Still mulling things over. Emotion is meaningless here.
Picked out your bait.
There's a lion over here.
Weaklings going to stop like that?
Yeah, I totally should have swapped these two sides. I wanted Vina Victoria to be at the front lines, but everything's
Still
going for this one.
Still soaking yourself in the past?
Armor of the Empire. Bombards the area of the allied unit with the highest current HP. Has long-ranged physical attacks. After several attacks, charges up for an attack that deals heavy physical damage 3 times. Goodness.
Just who are you weaklings going to stop?
Refreshing breeze, mixed into bubbling soda.
Get him, Vina.
If you're really incapable of settling this, then let me handle it.
Budget Steam Night. Yeah, pretty much. That was a very easy Steam Night. For anyone who doesn't know, the last Steam Night we fought was the boss of his mission.
Just who are you weaklings going to stop like that? You want my opinion?
I handled him fairly well to the point that I barely remember the boss fight, but he was still the boss. Didn't go down that easy.
Just who are you weaklings going to stop like
Such a
that?
cool design, though. I love the Steam Knights. Wow.
Just
Gaby's
who are you
struggling a
weaklings
little bit
going to
over
stop
here.
like that?
Mission accomplished.
Was that really it? Then again, Vina did say she's technically making all this up. They said she was a terrible storyteller, I thought, but I think she's doing a great job. Oh, darn, Diane. Vina, I don't like this story. The king who found no peace in his eternal rest upon the throne, and the hero who laid down her crown. The story's over, but has anything really changed? You and King Alistair both wanted to make Victoria better, but in the end... Diane takes a hard swig from the bottle. The burning liquor stings, coaxing more tears from her already swollen eyes. If the king couldn't do it, then what hope do we have? How can we possibly change anything? But the story's not over yet, Diana. Or Diane, my bad. I had also believed it would all end when the king found peace. But then someone unexpected appeared. Should I even ask what brings you here? A white figure emerges from the shadows behind the throne. Faint glimpses of that fairy can be seen in so many of Victoria's legends. Power, intrigue, destiny, dreams coming true. Throughout the centuries, old tales, she seems to possess different powers. Yet no one can say for certain which one is truly her. Oh, some interesting grammar there. Vina, who did you see? I saw the unicorn. Vina, you've far exceeded my expectations. You've shown me new possibilities. Huh! I have no idea who this is. Put down your hammer, I am not your enemy. We fought side by side once, didn't we? Who are you, unicorn? A tailor's daughter? A leader of the Self-Salvation Corps? A witness to Victoria? Of course, many old men, even as they faced death, insisted on calling me the nation's sentinel in their history books. Wishful thinking, I suppose. Over the hundreds of years I've remained in Victoria, I've assumed and later erased countless identities, but at present, I am Clovicia. In short, I am your friend, one sincerely pleased by all you've achieved. Does this answer satisfy you, Vina? Another one of the long-lived? You deceived every ally in the Self-Salvation Corps, as well as all of Rhodes Island. Deceived? I've never deceived anyone. Everyone has their desires. I merely fulfill them. Ordinary people, tormented by Sarkhan's bloodshed, wanted to survive, so I led the Self-Salvation Corps to find a way out. Ancient families, mired in power struggles, feared annihilation in the Empire's whirlpool, so I eliminated every threat to the continuation of the Dugal lineage. The bosses will self-destruct after some time, but for some reason you can silence that ability and make him stay as long as you silence him? But I didn't silence him, I think. That is funny, though. Frederick III hoped Victoria wouldn't fall into chaos beneath the Red Dragon's shadow. I could grant that wish, too. So now you've come to me. Alexandrina, daughter of Alistair, why would you think I'm only just noticing you now? Vina, history is like a sailing ship, and you all are the ones who steer its course. Since you wish to change Victoria, I can help you. What role would you assume to realize your ideals? You could be a king, a speaker, or even the sole leader of the Exemplars. Any of these titles are yours to choose. Is this Diane speaking? Vina, I must say, yours isn't a new story. I've read far too many like it in old shops. In the end, the hero always accepts the fairy's gift. So in the end, you chose the role of speaker? No, Diane. I chose nothing. For hundreds of years, the unicorn has chosen the heroes, and the heroes have merely chosen their boons. But why? Why? Yes, why did I have to choose her? Why are you laughing, Vina? Do you hear that sound outside? They're cheering for victory, and for Victoria. Many of them do not have grand ambitions. They don't think of protecting anyone. Some of them would not even share a piece of bread with a starving man. Yet they are still willing to risk their lives for even the smallest sliver of hope. They are my Victoria. I like those fools, and I'm willing to look out for them. And you, Clavicia, have no right to make me choose something I've been doing all along. You'd best leave, unless you don't mind it getting awkward. Siege! You're a fool too, Alexandrina. Just like your father. Send them a message for me. Tell them the tailor's daughter is dead. I have fulfilled their wishes. Oh hey, it's Stainless. What's up, dude? Siege, I got the crawler in here to back you up. We've been waiting outside for you forever. We were afraid something happened to you. It's been taken care of. Thank you, Feist. Oh, he's Feist. Okay. Huh? Come on, then. Aren't they still all waiting for us? This battle must end now. That's the end of the story, Diane. Diane? The condemned soldier has finished the last drop of alcohol and is sound asleep. Diane wanted to drink herself into a stupor. Vina has finished telling her story, but Diane cannot bring herself to face her own ending. She wanted to drink herself into a dream in which even death could not catch up to her. She gets her wish. I'm sorry, Diane. I am not worthy of being a monarch. I'm not even sure I'm qualified to serve as speaker. Besides, this war has changed many things. Old beliefs have been shattered, and we are striving to rebuild our lives amidst the imminent threat of destruction. I believe that soon a great transformation will begin in Londinium and sweep across all of Victoria. I don't know what tomorrow will bring, but I am certain of one thing. Now that we've found the courage to face adversity, why should we ever return to the past? Victoria no longer needs a monarch, Diane. Sweet dreams. On the eve of her march to the gallows, the drunken soldier sleeps the most peaceful sleep of her life. She dreams of the king's coronation. She dreams of the factory in her hometown, the whistle blowing to signal the end of the workday as the workers shake off their hats and step out through the factory gates. Then she soars into the sky and sees Londinium gliding across the mist-covered verdant earth. She dreams of Victoria. She is singing her song. The gliding thing, I think, is referencing that Londinium is one of many moving cities, by the way. For anyone who doesn't know that. That's a thing in this world. I don't know how to sing this song, because they never bring they never have someone singing it in some manner. May the vast lands they keep Orkinge, his people and all his willing? Or a king, willing, I guess? But with, like, Old English spelling or something? And give them grace without ending. Then may we call and savely sing. Victoria, give thanks for our home. Vina, I can't believe it. The graffiti on the gym walls is still there. Look at this one. Morgan painted it after dreaming of being a famous artist. All right, look at this photo. The sign on the movie theater has been nailed back up. And look, there are two dumb-looking Falbies perched on top of it. Norport is in much better shape than the last time we saw it. I can't wait to go back and see it with my own eyes. Uh-huh. So where did these photos come from? The envelope only had the photos, no signature. But plenty of people have joined the engineering team to help rebuild our home. Some of them are old friends from Norport. Oh, there are 2 videotapes in here, too. They're just some old, worn-out movies, but hey, Delphine, you love watching bad movies, don't you? Here you go. Thank you. Vina, are you okay? You seem a bit distracted. Are you all going back? Why the serious look? We're just heading home early to do some housekeeping. Morgan, you were more excited than anyone when we said we were going home. Or am I missing something? How about you, Dagda? I'll go lend them a hand. There's not much I can help with here, Vina. The Knights of the Tower Museum is coming along smoothly. My wish has been fulfilled. All right. Vina, actually, we could still... The bell tolls. It's 4 o'clock. Vina, I know. We can set out now. Do you want to go see Diane? No, I have a meeting with Parliament and the Dukes. Oh. Vina, those protesters outside. I'll handle them personally. I know their concerns go beyond just Diane. They've been waiting a long time for a king. Well, that's definitely something the Glasgow gang can't meddle in. Morgan. All right. We'll head back and tidy up. You know, Norport is better than I expected, but not by much. We'll be waiting for you, Vina. So is she going to take her role as king, then? That crown looks awesome, by the way. That's a good crown. Vina, you could ask them to stay. Of course, I'd love for the Glasgow gang to stay together, but Achterrig isn't their home. Besides, just take a listen. There are plenty of people outside waiting for my response. But before I address them, I intend to bring back more than just empty promises from the Dukes. Vina, Parliament has done more than just make empty promises. They've helped revive our industries, restore order, resettle those affected by the war. Tell me, Delphine, does everyone now have an equal right to a decent life? I need to show them that even without a king, we can prove this nation's potential to any doubters. Let's go. I don't want to be late for the meeting with the Dukes. We should sing something. Sing what? Any song will do, as long as it's not that blasted Achterrig carol. Like the song Hannah hums every time she steps out of the ring. Hannah's a star, knocking them down one by one, round after round. Stuff it! I don't do that anymore! Besides, didn't you all say the song I made up to cheer for Vina was better? Oh, please. If I remember, you just replaced all the names in Dagda's favorite song with Vina, right? I wonder if Vina even remembers something that silly. Of course she does. I know she mustn't have forgotten. It's just... Forget it. She said it best herself. Looking forward is what really matters. And there's still a long road ahead, isn't there? That day we didn't take a detour to watch... Oh, that day we didn't take a detour to watch Diane's end, and we didn't listen to any radio broadcasts. I heard her erypathy was so bad that they had to separate her to prevent any incidents. To think that her last shred of dignity came from erypathy. I've stopped trying to make sense of these things. As we left central Londinium and caught sight of the factories of Norport, I knew we were home. For the record, those with erypathy tend to spread erypathy on death because they turn into originium dust, which spreads through the air. And this was, so they were saying, like, her erypathy was so bad that after her execution, they actually had to separate her from the crowd so that they wouldn't accidentally spread more erypathy. Seinfeld. Well, that's an interesting outfit. I can't decide if I love or hate the color of this sash. I don't know if I have time to finish this cutscene, and I certainly don't have time to watch it to do anything after it, so I guess we can summarize things from here. Vita confronts the Duke's provocation directly, reclaiming resources for the people of Londinium and formally declaring she will not become king. Meanwhile, the Glasgow gang returns to Norport.
Take a breather and tally up your losses. Nothing worth celebrating here. We might be dead in a second or two.
There will come a day that you, Vina, will read these words I wrote down. This is a new song. At least I think it is. The Glasgow gang returns home. Here, things are largely the same, but the people have changed. After they bemoan the lack of Vina, Vina shows up by her hungover friend's side. The war is finally over. Let's do a little skimming. Who the heck is this dude? Kador? Guy looks sick. Boy, this place is a mess. Who is this him that they're talking about just now? Who is this Colombian? This American? The Colombians are the American analogs, if I recall. Ah, it's him. Okay. Wait, what? Hold on. Okay, so Diane's still alive here. Hold on a minute. It says, lying down amidst the meadow, the soldier senses a slight itch. The cold wind blows at the stalks of grass, and her tips tickle her face. Oh, their tips tickle her face. I thought it meant her hair tips or something. Is this what the land of the dead is like? She opens her eyes and sees someone most unexpected. Huh? What? You're awake. You... It's me, Alicio. You shouldn't just go off on your own to do dangerous stuff without a word, Diane. I remember standing atop the gallows. You're dead, at least to those who witnessed the execution. Before we left, I asked the people at Rhodes Island to give you the once-over. It's not looking too good. A lot of your major organs have already begun to crystallize. In other words, Originium is replacing those organs. So, I'm not dead? Am I lucky or unlucky? I'm not sure if the speaker knew about this beforehand. So it was Vina who let me go? That's rather foolish of her. To tell you the truth, I really don't get some of you people. Sorry, Diane, I'm afraid you can't go back to Londinium. Only now does she realize they are no longer in Londinium. She sees the telltale giant tracks laid down by the nomadic city not too far off in the distance. Just ahead of them, Sarkaz's children run around in the meadow, waving at her as they pass. Most displaced Sarkaz have lost the light in their eyes to confusion. They can go anywhere, but nowhere can they call home. I'll be taking you to Columbia, Diane. I might be able to do more for you there. Alright then. Columbia, eh? I still remember saying that if I get the chance, I'd love to see the place you keep talking about. How far are we from Columbia, Alicio? Well, still very far away. Let me get out my map. Will I be able to make it there in my condition? Walking the whole way? I see. Could you promise me one thing, Alicio? I know what you're going to ask, Diane. When the day comes, I'll bring you home. I'll bring you back to Londinium. I'm rather curious myself as to how much the city would have changed by the time we return. Well, I guess however long she lasts, she gets to go out on her own terms. Thought what? Weren't you yapping and howling yesterday about how she definitely wasn't coming? Yowling, my bad. Look at you. You turned out the most excited out of all of us. No, I'm not. Stubborn prick. Is that the end of it? Vina came home to the Glasgow gang? And she donned her old clothing again. I guess she's still got plenty of authority, even though she turned down the title of king. Giving Horn another headache to deal with. Did she pass authority to Horn or something? I don't think I've heard this song either. heck is... Vina never brought up having to head back the whole day, but we... Vina never brought up having to head back the whole day, but we all knew that the Siege Vina, the boss of the Glasgow gang, the ever-victorious king of the Slobber Knocker, and one of my best friends could leave us at any moment. So I was loath to lose a single moment where I could tell Vina about all the changes in Norport that she hadn't had the chance to see yet. Cador, Mr. Lane, the video shop, the reworked port, the rebuilt stores, a handful of old friends who rushed home after hearing the news. Of course, who could forget the inexperienced little buggers who wanted to take over our gym? After Vina beat them all to Kingdom Come with a smile on her face, they apologized by way of a few cartons of beer and said they wanted to join us. Seems like Norport's forgotten about us, but I don't think that's such a bad thing. The war really was over. Alright, I think we can skip the rest. I really need to get going. I think I might be able to get away with... Oh, this looks simple enough. I'll do one EX mission for you guys, and then I'll call it. I think this setup might do just fine. I might do the other EX missions on another stream, but chances are low because there's so many other things that I want to stream in the near future. And if I do stream these, it'll probably be tomorrow or Saturday.
Death has its own resting
But
place.
I've got a lot on my plate to deal with now that I'm moving out in the middle of May.
Clean.
Why is there just a tiny little storm drain right there?
I'm listening. Don't. Nothing can mask the scent of despair.
How soon do you want them gone?
War. A word I've not heard in a long, long...
Get up! There'll be no bending of the knee.
The lava surges on. Never.
Conviction will throw you off pace.
For them, the bell tolls.
Actually, Logos can't reach all the way out here, so let's go with her. Because why not?
I wasn't... I'll plant you
They're
into
all
the
going
soil
for her.
to grow anew.
You want my opinion? Conviction will throw
It's
you
not
off
fair.
pace.
Finally, I forbid your retreat.
Mission accomplished.
Easy peasy. We'll have to see how the last EX mission
Good,
works.
good. I had no
But
idea you were
I don't
so
have time for
clever
that
and
tonight.
learned. I was going to ask you help me
Hey
make
there,
my
Jupe.
home, but with such a good head on your shoulders,
You're just in
I'm
time for the
feeling a
end
little
of this
bad
stream,
now.
unfortunately. But yes, I am enjoying Vina. Vina's very neat. I'm a little impressed that she wasn't super hyped up, especially because her first skill deals true damage, which is unheard of. How you doing though, Jupe? What brought you to me? Everyone's just sipping over Lappy because she's stronger while Wishadel exists. I wouldn't know. I don't have upgraded Lapland yet. I don't think she's been released.
I always feel a bit awkward gambling about roads in this outfit. Need me to change back?
Frankly, I don't just like Vina for her potential, but also that's just a sick outfit she's got on. I've got a big thing for blue and gold, especially when it's on a black backdrop. Looks great. I love it. And it's hard to say that Wishadel is who everybody should be salivating over,
I remember
because
how I hid away in
Wishadel
the
is so
ship's
strong that a lot of people were like,
I miss
I
those
don't want to
days.
count it. It's too much. Wishadel is too much. No regrets emptying everything for Vina. I have no regrets
I
emptying
always feel a bit
everything to
awkward
get every
gambling
single
about
op in
roads
the
this
game.
outfit.
I have them
Need
all.
me to change back?
And goodness knows, I was so happy that Rainbow Six came back, because those are the only characters that I had permanently missed when I started playing. And then they came back, and I no longer permanently miss them. I got them all. I'm so happy to have Ash. He's my main anti-air now. My friends are like, oh, Ash has fallen off over the years, though. No, she hasn't. She's amazing. Ash is great. Ash is so much better than Exusier because you can decide when to use her skill. And that is a game changer. Whether or not you can use their skill really affects your ability to... It really affects their effectiveness, let's put it that way. Mr. Pokemon Collector? Yeah, pretty much. Honestly, the only reason I never completed a Pokedex was because I never owned both copies of a generation. I only ever got the third game in a generational group of the Pokemon games. The one that had all of the legendaries in it. And I had a lot of friends that played Pokemon, but not a lot of friends that were willing to trade Pokemon, and I was also pretty protective of my own. Ash for the free 10 roll in the first run, which is the only banner, and it being a true limited where I got lucky. That's crazy lucky, dude. Well, yeah, unfortunately, you caught me at the end of the stream. I really need to go to bed, like, right now. But, I stream Arknights on a semi-frequent basis. Anytime a new event comes out, I stream it, at least for a little bit. You just woke up? Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, it's 5 minutes to 1 in the morning here, and I gotta be up at, like, 8 something to get to work. And, I did not do great at work today, not helped by the fact that it was storming hard enough that I was quite late. So I really don't want to do that again tomorrow. But, yeah, I stream Arknights fairly frequently, and I have a lot of other streams uploaded to YouTube that I've played of this, including, I did stream the Rainbow Six event last year.
Wake up, Doctor. You've got tons of business to sort out still.
I don't remember if I
Finally, I get
streamed
to tell
all of the
someone else that.
cutscenes. I think I did. Don't remember for sure. I know I streamed some of them. And then I streamed the entire campaign for the Dungeon Meshi collab as well. All the cutscenes and everything. I even voiced the characters. Boy, it ruined my throat, but it was a fun time. So yeah, sorry for the bad timing, Jupe, but I do hope to see you back. I would really appreciate to see you come back in the future. Heck yeah, I'll see you again in, what, I don't know, a week? This event is ending soon. So, I'll probably end up streaming this again next week, who knows. Or maybe tomorrow. I haven't done the EX missions yet. I might stream the rest of them tomorrow. We'll see. See how I'm feeling tomorrow night. Lappy straight after? Yeah, I've got to stream that. I don't fully understand why people are so obsessed over Lapland, because I'll admit I haven't found as much use with Mecha Cord Ops as a lot of other people. But I looked at some of Lap's new skills and I'm like, this kind of just sounds like more Mecha Cord Operator shenanigans. I don't get it. Maybe I'm forgetting something. Or maybe I don't remember as much as I thought I did. I don't know. But, yeah. Anyway, about time I close things out. So, thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to see some of my past content or chat with me in Discord, as well as get announcements for upcoming streams, you may find that information in my Twitch profile. If it is not there, or if it's broken, please let me know. If you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, you may find my Twitch at the Winter Prince 52. Tomorrow, we'll see how things are going. I might stream, I might not. If I do, it might be Arknights, not sure. On Sunday, I intend to stream either Freedom Planet or UFO 50. Probably Freedom Planet. I want to finish that one. I meant to finish that a while ago and just kept forgetting about it. Which is weird because I love that game. And then I really need to move on to Hollow Knight soon as well, to finish Hollow Knight. That game's been waiting for me to finish it for an entire year now. Technically longer if you account for my first playthrough before I started streaming. Anyway, thanks again everyone. I love you all. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening. Good night. Or good morning in the case of Jupe.